Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first Allegiant AI podcast of 2025, where we'll be helping you unlock profits this year using the power of your ideal client avatar. We merge the cutting edge AI and smart business strategies to empower you to work smarter, innovate faster, and grow sustainably. I'm Jill.
And I'm Martin, and today we're diving into a key differentiator for your marketing strategy in 2025, the ideal client avatar, or ICA. If you want to make more money and you want to do it smarter, this is the episode for you.
Okay, that's right, Martin. We are breaking down what ICAs are, why they're absolutely essential, and how our brand new ideal client generator can help you craft one that transforms your business.
Picture this: you're running a campaign, it's creative, it's eye catching, you're spending good money on it, but it's just not bringing in sales. Why? Because you're not speaking to the right people.
Mm,
Your ideal people.
yeah, exactly. I think so. Over the many years of developing websites, when a client comes to me, the first thing I ask them is, do they have an ICA? Because an ideal client avatar is the blueprint for understanding who you're selling to or speaking to. It's not just about demographics, age, location, job title sort of stuff. It's about what keeps them up at night. What are their goals, their pain points, and how do your products or services fit perfectly into their life and solve their problems? And this is true not just of websites, but every piece of communication that you produce.
Exactly, Jill. I mean, without an ICA, you're shooting in the dark. With one, you're aiming with precision. And in 2025, precision's everything. Marketing's only getting noisier. So if
Mm,
you're not hyper focused, if you're not reaching the people who need to hear your message, you're losing money, you're losing time.
yeah. So let's break it down a bit. A great ICA answers key questions like who is your client? What problems are they trying to solve? What do they value most in a solution? And here's the main thing, how do they make their buying decisions?
And the beauty of it is, when you know these things, you don't just create better marketing. You've got the potential to create better products, better services, stronger relationships with your customers.
Absolutely. But I think the thing is that when we sit down with a blank piece of paper and we try and make an ICA, knocking my, I was doing the actions, knocked my mic there. It can feel a bit overwhelming having that blank piece of paper. So that's why we have created something that we think is really special to help make that process easier.
Okay, drum roll, please. Introducing the Ideal Client Generator powered by Allegiant AI. This tool takes the guesswork out of crafting your ICA and delivers a customized profile in minutes. We've worked with marketing specialists from across the globe to build this for you.
Great. Well, let's show how it works, Martin. Imagine, if you will, listeners or watchers, whatever you are, imagine that you're on a bicycle tour operator down in, oh, well, it's down in Manchester. For me, it's up in Manchester. For you, Martin, tell us about it. Do you want to do a little demo on that?
Yeah, let's actually show the viewers how
Yeah.
it works. If you're listening on this, then I'll try and describe what's happening. If you get the chance to watch it, then you can actually see before your eyes how it's going. So, can you see the screen at the moment, Jill?
I can, yes, yes.
Fantastic. Okay, so this is our ideal client avatar generator, and basically what we do is we ask you to describe your organization in as much detail as you can, and we've got an example here, and there's maybe 30, 40 lines of text. It goes off the bottom of the screen that we can see here, describing, in this case, our fictional Manchester bike company.
And that's where our uh, users would be able to put the stuff about their business in, so they don't have to go off the page. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the more detail you can put in, then the better. The more there is for the tool to work with, provided it's all relevant and on point to your business. But yeah, I mean, if you can describe everything about your business in 5 lines, then just put 5 lines. You don't have to keep
Brilliant.
writing a whole heap. Um, and then once you've done that, then that's talking about your business. Then we'll ask you some questions about your clients, your customers, service users. We'll give you some tips and hints about the sort of things that you should put in there. The next question will be talking about what your business does. So, for example, here we were talking about the bike tour company has a variety of tours. It's using refurbished bikes. It is doing various other bits and pieces, as you can see on the screen. So, this is just the client now describing their company and what their company does. And then the next thing we ask is talking about, well, so what problem do you solve for your client? And this isn't, oh, my client wants a bike tour, I give them a bike tour. Um,
Mm,
it's a little bit more than that. And again, we can help you with this, if you're not quite sure what it is that you should be putting in there. But it's a little bit behind, well, why do people go on bike tours as opposed to a walking tour or just, a hop on, hop off bus or whatever? What is it about this that makes them want to do it? So
mm,
that's the sort of information that we're looking for.
mm,
Um, we ask them about what the client's goal is. So once they've experienced your product or service, um, how do they feel? What's it actually done for them? Um, and then we get down to the last questions, and these are about what your offer is, what you provide. So pretty much
mm,
everything so far is all about what is your client. Okay, we try and find lots of
mm.
things about your client rather than about you. Um,
Yeah.
so once we've got all the way down there, then we have a submit button where you can actually see this produce an output. And we're going to try and do this live now, which is um,
Then that never goes wrong, does it?
never goes wrong. No, no, no. What was it? Working with children.
Press the big blue button, Martin.
Press the button. I'm pressing the button.
Excellent.
While this is loading, I think it's worth saying that if you're not familiar with doing this sort of thing, I don't mean using the tool, but in marketing terms, thinking this way, you may not necessarily get it exactly right first time. That's
Mm,
okay. You can run this more than once. We have different offers depending on what it is that you want to do in order to really fine tune the end result. So
mm,
again, for people who are listening, this is now producing a page of all sorts of details. It's finished already. So let me
mm.
just quickly talk through.
And look how long that is. You get so much output, don't you? Really.
Absolutely, yeah. So we now know that our customer avatar. So who we're marketing to. This is somebody called Emily Thompson. Okay, this is a made-up person. Apologies to all the real Emily Thompsons out there if this doesn't match you. But so Emily's 35. She's a female. She's a marketing manager in a tech company. She lives in North America. Her average income is between 70 and 90 grand. We look at the psychographics. In other words, what are her values? What are her interests? What's her lifestyle? And these are the sorts of things that make difference in marketing as opposed to, what is it that you're selling? What are the values and interests of your ideal client? What are the pain points of your ideal client? What do they wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning worrying about? And how can your product or service actually address that so that they get a good night's sleep? Um, and it goes down through. It talks about the desired outcomes again for the client, not for you. It talks about your value propositions, and then at the bottom there are a couple of things called PAS and AIDA copy. These are just different copywriting frameworks for how you would go about actually using the information you've got from the tool to then go and market to these people. So the whole idea of how you market, we cover that in a completely separate podcast. And it goes on, it talks about cultural bias, it talks about decision making, why will somebody make a decision, and different scenarios as well. So there's a lot of information, and that's been generated in
Mm.
real time. You've seen us do it there in probably under a minute, I would guess. And I know, and I'm sure Jill's going to talk a little bit about it at the moment, that Before this, you would basically hire a marketing agency to do this for you,
Mm.
and they would take a couple of weeks to a month to research all of this and then to produce your report with this in. And we're saving you a lot of time and a lot of money
Yeah.
by inviting you to do it this way. Jill.
Absolutely. I think that really brings her Emily to life, doesn't it? You know, you feel like you know her a bit better now, don't you? So, I mean, then you can imagine using what that those insights that you're getting to create webinars or social media campaigns, or even develop a new service package, or I mean, these things they're going to change the way you operate, aren't they?
Yeah. Do you want to take the screen share off and
Oh yeah, so we can, yes,
lovely
sorry.
being you back?
Ah, there we go.
There you
Hello.
go. And it's, I mean, as with all marketing, it's not just digital marketing. I mean, you can use this for old school marketing as well. Posters on the
Mhm.
side of the road, radio advertising, TV advertising, whatever's appropriate for your business and your industry. All of them rely on you actually getting through to somebody to whom your message is going to resonate in amongst all the other noise that's going on. And that's why, try and be very specific about who you're marketing to.
And I think we've really designed this with our small business clients in mind. But one of my small business clients is actually a copywriter, and that made me think that actually, if you've got a copywriter and your copywriter, if you take this output to your copywriter, then they will give you much better quality uh, stuff back, won't they? So that was just a thought I had anyway,
Yeah,
Martin.
no, it's a really good point. I'm really quite passionate about this. I've done a couple of talks where
Mm,
um, there is a fear that AI will replace jobs, and
mm,
sure, it will replace some, but it also allows those people who perhaps are in jobs you might intuitively think are threatened to actually use this as a tool to produce even better output. So, like you say, Julie, I mean, you go to your copywriter
mm,
and say, okay, this is exactly who we need to aim for. What copy should I produce? Now, yes, we have a separate tool that will help you to produce that copy, but if you give it to a copywriter, they'll finesse it and then it will stand out against the competition. Same
yeah.
applies to graphic designers, same applies for other things. Interestingly, I mean, I've just seen a study from KPMG, and the people who are perhaps more threatened are people like web designers and
Mm,
coders than perhaps some of the ones we thought a year ago would be threatened. So yeah,
yeah, yeah, that's true.
it's a whole new
Um,
topic. Please follow our podcast for lots of thoughts and
Absolutely, absolutely. I just wanted to flip before we moved on to that, Martin. Just flip that around just to say, if you are a copywriter and you're listening, then you can actually use this for your clients as well. So if they're not giving you good ICAs, then you can use this to help them, and you can guide them through this process using our tool. So yeah, there's plenty of options. So yeah, um, so what's next for you? If you think that you want to try this out, then why not drop us a line, and we'll sort you out with that, and we'll get this going and help you really focus on your clients with laser focus.
yeah, absolutely. As with a lot of new tools, we'll be doing launch specials. So we're recording this in January 2025. If you get on board quickly, then you will be eligible for a substantial discount. So that's the sales message for it. Aside
Yeah.
from that, as ever with these podcasts, we are trying to give you an idea of how business can pragmatically and realistically use AI to improve their services, their offerings, and of course their profits, rather than just concentrating purely on the AI. So if you like this, you know the routine. Please subscribe. You'll get notified then of when our next episode is coming out. Please do leave comments. Let us know, what you think of the show. If you've got any questions, we'd love to hear them. If you've got ideas about what is it that you'd like to know about how could business benefit from using new AI tools. And as we've said before, this AI revolution is going at a speed unknown ever before. There are new tools coming out literally every week. So, if you've got a business process that you think, could I improve that? Please do get in touch. Let us know what you think of the show. Like, subscribe, share it across the socials as well. We'd really appreciate it because we want to help as many people as possible. Thanks.
Yep, thanks for listening, guys. And here's to a smarter strategies and bigger results. See you next time.
See ya.